As we practice writing Java, we need to make sure that we're making it concise and as efficient as possible. And one way that we can make code efficient as possible is by setting a default value. In this example here, we're going to prompt our user to see what show we should watch tonight. We capture that into a variable called user_show, we take it to lowercase, and then we use our if statement to figure out which app we should turn on the Roku in order to watch that show. We're going to make assumptions here that the people who use this awesome program are only going to watch these 6 shows, and if they're going to watch anything else, they're going to watch it on Netflix. After the show is compared and an app is set, it prints out that we are going to turn on that app so we can watch the show that the user originally puts in. So this will contain the capitalization that the user puts in. This right now is a perfectly fine, perfectly legal if statement. It will run, it will function as desired. However, there are a lot of ways that we can make this more efficient. You can see that we have a default value of Netflix. If they don't select any of these 6 shows, we're going to default to Netflix. So we can set our default value to be Netflix, and this will automatically make that value in app be Netflix, and we can get rid of our else statement because we don't need to check anymore. We can also shorten up this if statement by removing those occurrences where the app would be set to Netflix. We can take out our check for Parks and Rec because if it is Parks and Rec, it will be set to Netflix. We can also take out our check for The Office because it would already be set to Netflix. And we can also take out our check for Arrested Development because this would also be set to Netflix by default. So now our program comes through here, and it only changes the app if it's going to be The Tonight Show, Transparent, or Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If I compare my original to my changed program, my program went from 36 lines of code to 28 lines of code. So I've saved quite a bit, but my if statement became more efficient. Instead of comparing 6 different values and finally setting it to Netflix if it's not one of these options, the default is now set to Netflix, and it will only check 3 options and change those if it meets those criteria. Much more efficient if statement, much more concise than the original that is on the right hand side. So consider using a default value for your variables in your if statements and your switch statements to make them more efficient.